so sick. On the mic. Everybody, here comes the guy. I'm so sick.
System filters your water from every tap, reducing the harsh taste and feel of pouring.
Yoshi.
Your body does better. No maintenance, no salt, no filters or servicing.
You got bacon?
32696 for a free consultation. Visit likesourcewater.com. Light Source, taste and feel the difference. 9 convenient locations. 6 great brands. Get super prices on a super selection during the Door Reef President's Day event at Door Reef Superstore. From West Covina to the Cerritos Auto Square, and from Huntington Beach to the Irvine Auto Center, you'll find a Door Reef Superstore near you. Ford, Lincoln, Hyundai, Genesis, Volkswagen, and Honda. We have your favorite new models in stock. Plus, get total peace of mind when you purchase, thanks to our exclusive price protection guarantee, which states if you can find the same new vehicle for less within 5 days, Door Reef will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. The price protection guarantee provides assurance so there is no need to shop anywhere else. Don't miss the Norreef President's Day event. Test drive today at a Norreef Superstore location, like the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square, or shop online at norreef.com. That's the Global Honda Division Sales 2022. Contractor license 1047-781. There are some homeowner headaches we fix and get. One is our heating rejuvenation, where we help to prevent breakdowns by performing 6 critical adjustments for just $129. Another one is more plug-in drain for just $80 with a 30-foot drain sale. So we're on call 24/7, 365 days a year. And our drain clearance service is just $80. So nice, I said it twice. So air conditioning and plumbing. COUTTL.com. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen at home. For American Heart Month, join the American Heart Association in an urgent challenge for one person in every home to learn CPR. Be the beat for someone you love when it matters most. Go to cpr.heart.org to access CPR resources, to find local CPR training centers, or to access American Heart Association's free video to learn hands-only CPR. Be the one to learn CPR. You can be the difference for someone you love.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. Oh, God, I got PTSD from Barney. My kids with Barney. Barney songs, Barney costumes, Barney events, Barney games. And I said, okay, I am done with Barney. This is last year. Bill Handle. I said, you guys are finished. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. It is President's Day, and it's also National Pet Day today. And so you know what you're supposed to do? Pamper your pet today. Like mine don't get enough pampering. I'm just saying. So I'm hoping that they cannot hear me talking about National Pet Day. Because there'll be more of the paw. You know how you get the paw on your arm? Pet me more, pet me more, pet me more. That's going to be all day today. President Biden has made an unannounced visit to Ukraine just days before the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion. The LA County Sheriff's Department says it's investigating the death of a well-known bishop as a murder. And Tom Sizemore's manager says the actor's condition is wait and see because of a brain aneurysm that he suffered over the weekend. All right, here's your opportunity to say, what was I doing at 15? I got to interview SoCal's own Emily Besnos. Now, Emily is 16 years old, and she has graduated from UCLA. She's already graduated, but she's going to walk in June, and she is one of the youngest students ever to graduate from UCLA.
Before I even got accepted to UCLA, I've been on the campus before, and it's a really nice campus. It's really beautiful over there. It feels very homey, and I just kind of, when I got accepted, because I always wanted to go to UCLA, when I got accepted, it was just kind of, I felt finally that it was like the right school for me and everything. I didn't feel very intimidated about it.
Oh, and did I mention that, normally it takes people at least 4 years to get through UCLA? Emily did it in 2 weeks. Now, all throughout her time in elementary school and middle school, Emily was always a couple of years younger than most of the kids in her class, and she was always in gifted classes. But it was in high school when she really started making some big educational moves.
Kind of when I began high school, I started concurrently also taking classes in community college, and I just started out with some classes that were just interesting to me, advanced history and psychology, philosophy, anthropology, and then I just kind of became more comfortable with it, and then I started taking biology, chemistry classes, and eventually I got enough units that I was able to transfer to ootd.
Now, Emily says when her brother was in high school, she took college classes. So when Emily got to high school, she kind of knew that she could walk the same path as her brother.
Well, I tried and got accepted to almost all UCs that we had tried to. But my mom went to UCLA and my brother went to UCLA, so I kind of always knew that UCLA was going to be the school that I wanted to go to.
I think that was the part of the interview where I told her that I was nervous I was going to get into picoftheday, and she gave up. Now, wait till you hear what's next for Emily Bednote.
So I graduated in December, but I'm going to officially drop in June. And I'm planning on studying for the MCAT and going to medical school, hopefully, because I'm a professional wristlet gymnast and an athlete, and I want to go into sports medicine. Because being an athlete has always been kind of difficult to find a doctor who understands the mentality of an athlete. You know, so you can't just stop what you're doing for 6 months or something if you have an injury. So I wanted to provide that for more athletes.
That is so cool that she's able to meld the athletic life with the educational life. I just thought, who even comes up with that later in life, much less when she's 16? But with an attitude like hers, you know that she's going to achieve her dreams.
I always try to believe that everything that I set my mind to, anything that I want, I can achieve.
See, that's amazing. And this is why whoever eventually marries you and ends up, well, I would say, it ends up as her daughter or son or something like that, is going to be amazing because they have the most unbelievable mom in the world. I mean, she's incredible. I enjoyed my interview with her so much. A couple of other quick stories that I want to throw in here. First off, we've got a sad story out of Ventura County. Besides giraffes, it was a top attraction at the Santa Barbara Zoo for over a decade, has died. It was a long-necked animal named Michael. Michael was euthanized last week because his health declined because of complications from arthritis. He was 16 years old. And finally, let's end on kind of a good note, a good animal note, since this is, adopt or love your pet day today. An owl who escaped from a zoo in New York City earlier this month is now living every captive bird's dream because the Central Park Zoo is going to allow Flacco to keep his freedom, at least for now. Wildlife expert David tried to lure the bird back in after they saw him on Thursday, but they were unsuccessful. So, zoo officials said the bird has been very successful at hunting prey. So they're going to let him go ahead and remain free unless he shows any sign of difficulty or distress. But TSN, old Flacco, is to keep his freedom. This is KFI and KOST to Los Angeles, Orange County. Your weather from snow around 2,000 feet all week long. And it looks like this is your forecast through about Saturday. Let's get a look at your drive with EKFI in the sky. This has been your wake-up call, and now we're checking out.
Mistake on the northbound side of Pine just past Lake Road. The Stigridge was on fire. The fire is now out. The right lane remains blocked as they clear everything up here and try to get this cliff both off the freeway. Just watch for some minor delays as you pass around Parker Road. Then the big story of the morning continues to be in the city of Industry. Southbound traffic 605 just past Peck Road. This is a fatal crash investigation. Only carpool lane still open here. You're back up before the 60 almost to Valley Boulevard. Take the 57 or instead of 10 south Most will be well at this time. We do have a minor problem to be aware of in Irvine, northbound side of 405 at Jamboree. Fast, mostly over the right shoulder, partially sticking out into that right lane. KFI, the sky helps get there faster. I'm Robert. Now, if you're looking to take some money out of your house, right, over the last few years, your equity has basically exploded. So that's done. Property values are flat or even going down. So, okay, you want to pull the trigger. If you're looking for $75,000 or more, HMS Capital can help you borrow that money with the equity you build. No matter what for, consolidating debt, home improvement, college. HMS Capital, I think, has the best solution to help you. Why? Well, I have done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital, so you know I'm a fan. No free for credit report fees. HMS Capital, call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com, hmscapital.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers? Avoiding food should appear as diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stool. It may not be just stomach pain. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by Rabbi.
James live from the Hayes bedroom, another essential night for the curious Ron Steve has been struggling with his CPAP. His wife Michelle Strike is the raise. Michelle throws an elbow. Sleeping on the couch. Steve should get inspired. Absolutely. Bruce inspires a sleep apnea treatment that gives comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. With no mask and no host. John. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire.com for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
This is Jacob Emma. You've been involved in a motorcycle accident. Call 844-24.
KFI AM 640.
The news, what it means, why it matters. You can choose between Alzheimer's and a Big Mac. I got to tell you, that's a hard decision to make. Yeah, it's not as hard a decision for me, but it's a hard decision for In-N-Out Burger. And now, Randall on the news. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Randall. Say 5 a.m. 6:40. Bill Randall on a Monday, February 20th. That promo was from an interview I did with one of the brain scientists, one of the premier brain scientists, and we were talking about some choices. And he chose In-N-Out Burger over Alzheimer's. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I went for the Big Mac. Although I shouldn't now. I should have gone for the In-N-Out Burger. Far, far better. All right, cold again. God, I'm getting tired of the cold. It's Monday, February 20th. Let's say hello to one and all. Good morning, Jennifer.
Buck it up, Buttercup, because it's going to be cold and rainy and windy and snowy all week.
Whoa. Okay. That's lovely. Fine. Yeah, that's terrific. All right. Wayne, good morning. Build me up. That is. And Michelle's still here? Yeah, good morning. We're still hunting for our new producer. And there's Tyler. Here I am. Not hunting for a new board off / engineer / all-around plumber. And we do a lot of, well, you should. Don't have you do that. Yeah, multitasking here, that's for sure. Good morning. Hey, real quickly, before we get handled on the news, over the weekend, starting Friday, how many mass shootings happened that we're not even going to report? No, because it's just, all right, another one. Fair enough. There we go. And you know what? I'm coming to a conclusion. If you hire me if you hire me to give you advice as a gun advocate, just shut up. Don't say anything. Just relax. You're going to fight him anyway. In court, you're going to win. Any restriction, don't say anything. So that's what I would do. Now let the gun control people go crazy. No comment, no comment, no comment. I'm just thinking about that. Just I don't know why I'm driving in this morning thinking about that. Okay, so much for. I know you were making a rhetorical point about the prevalence of these events and how we've gone nuts. But if you want to know how many, yeah, I did. Well, how far back do you want to go? Oh, Friday. Okay. One in Georgia, one in Missouri, South Carolina, one in Louisiana, one in Tennessee, one in Illinois, one in Missouri, one in Indiana. And were people killed? I think the people were killed in all of them, other than other than one or two. Three of those that I said to you involved fatalities. 7 people killed, and a total in all of those. I don't like doing math in my head. Please forgive me. 26, 30, 35 injuries. Oh, okay. So that's better news than I thought. Okay, fair enough. Hey, let's do it, guys. It's time for, we got a lot of news, too. It's time for Handle on the News with Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne, and me. And late story. His partner has left the hospital, and he's now gone back home and entered hospice care, where he is clearly dying and wanting to be with his family surrounding him. And that is, a neat way to go, where you go, I've had enough. I'm done. And now it's time to comfortably be with my family as I leave this the earthly bound. And he did say he was completely at peace. You would think so. Of all the people who would be at peace. Oh, actually, no, I got the wrong one. Handle on the news. Fair enough. Thank you. Oh, I did the wrong segment. That's okay. We were gonna get to. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we'll get there. In the meantime, thanks to Michelle. In the meantime, the lead story is. Although I don't think it's more important. Biden, there we go. Stacey, that's where I got confused. Joe Biden makes a surprise visit to Ukraine, marking the first anniversary of the Russian invasion. Now, a sitting president flying into Ukraine, well, actually took a train in, like a 9-hour train ride, is no small deal. They went in, had Zelensky walking around the main square. Sirens were going off. Air raid sirens were going off. And it was not to cheer on the president, and it was not to commemorate him coming in. It was because the artillery was coming in a closer area. So anyway, he said there will be more arms, more artillery, more weaponry, not yet aircraft, not yet the fighter jets, that's the last of it. So just, again, solidarity with Ukraine, Zelensky begging for more weapons. It's the only way the Ukrainians are going to be able to stave off the Russians, even hold them off, is with Western military aid. There's no way around it. Not boots on the ground, but certainly all a matter of hardware and intelligence and training, because if the Ukrainians don't have the weaponry, and it's supplied by the United States or Germany or France, which everybody's jumping in, they have to be trained. Like the challenge of keeping Ukraine up to the task may get more difficult. Isn't that right, Jen?
Oh, yes, for sure. And that's because you have Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who says China might be giving weapons to Russia. But I thought this was contentious, to say the least. And this was Blinken saying, hey, here's the deal. I don't think that you should give weapons to Russia, China, and here's why.
What's the good word to proceed with providing material support of that kind to Russia?
Now, China is always denying claims, though. Oh, no, we're not considering selling weapons to Russia. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, there wasn't even a balloon that for the United States, much less weapons going there. And the United States warning China over and over and over again. What does that do? there's always serious consequences other than sanctions, which screw us up. Not much. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll blow past President Jimmy Carter in hospice, because I spent the first few minutes on this. We're going to do more at 7 o'clock anyway. All right, let's check in with Jennifer, live at the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
As we were mentioning, President Biden made a surprise visit to Ukraine today, just days ahead of the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion. Classes are resuming at Michigan State University. They've been suspended since last Monday night shooting, where a shooter killed 3 students and injured 5 others before killing himself. And pet lovers are observing National Pet Day today. It's February 20th, and it focuses on giving your pet plenty of attention. So now weather from KFI, we've got a nice day ahead. This is the last nice day of the week, though. If you have anything to do outdoors, I would do it today for sure. Otherwise, later in the week, we're going to see temperatures just in the low 50s, and we've got rain and wind of even snow in the mountains on the way. From the Southern California Toyota dealers, traffic center West Coast places like that crash on the 605.
Video southbound side of the 605 just past Peck Road. Middle class investigation has kept only the carpool lane open for most of the morning. They've actually just cleared it off the freeway there. All lanes are open. As I still had to go from about Valley Boulevard. Your drive is better on the 710 southbound, looking good out of East LA. That's all the way through South Garden, heading towards the 105. Right now, you do have a minor problem to be aware of. This is big northbound side of the private lake Hughes Road. The big rig that was on fire. The fire is out in the right lane. Your main block is cleaned up there. And that's just half Lake Hughes Road. The big rig there in the right lane. So watch the minor delays. Parkers, terrify in the side. That's getting there faster. The check is good. Experience is smooth. And the reviews online are wonderful. Here to this.com. They don't call us America's Best Car Buyer for
This report is sponsored by the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. Starting February 24th through mid-April, there will be 6 weekends of directional 55-hour freeway closure coming to the SR210 in Redlands and Highlands. Visit GoSBCPA.com for a list of dates and detours.
Here's some facts about water softeners. Something that sodium without filtering water, old-fashioned, costly, maintenance heavy. So there's a better solution. A light source salt-free water system. Light source systems provide filtered, delicious, obviously safe water from every tap without the filters or maintenance. And if you live in an area that bans water softeners, Light Source is the perfect choice. Call 800-803-2696. Speak with a factory rep. LightSourceWater.com. Light Source thinks and feel the difference. On Amtrak, you can give your family and your wallet a spring break. That's because now more kids think it's cheap as well, right, for 50% off. So not only will you get a sweet vacay, you'll save money too. Book now at Amtrak.com. Restrictions apply.
The best part about taking deep cold sleep next to the energy at night is actually the next morning. I wake up alert with none of the grogginess from taking too much melatonin. Pure Sleep Plus Next Day Energy is a bi-layer tablet with immediate release melatonin and extended release B vitamins to help you fall asleep naturally and wake up fresh. It's my secret weapon for a great night's sleep and a great night. Can't beat that.
People Series Gummy. Sleep better, wake back. Should happen if you're ever car, motorcycle, truck in your accident, or even the dog. There's only one firm to call. Street James Accident Attorneys, 800-550-200 for the last 15 years. Street James has helped tens of thousands of injured accident victims get medical treatment needed. They've almost won $1 billion for their clients with a $188 million settlement in 2022. You see, being hurt after an accident has a major impact on a person's life. The last thing you need is to take it on alone. Sweet James has been awarded Best Attorneys in America and personal injury is all they do. Sweet James is sweet to you, but tough on the insurance companies to hold them accountable. Their purpose is to help you if you need it most. So if you're hurt in an accident, call for a free consultation 24/7. 800-500-5200. 800-500-5200. Sweet James. iHeartRadio.com. Our iHeartRadio Podcast Awards are back. It's the biggest night of the year for podcast fans. Get ready to celebrate your favorite. Head to iHeart.com/podcast awards. Check out the nominees for Podcast of the Year. That's comedy, crime, news, sports, and more. Tuesday, March 14th. Join us for our 2023 iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. Audible is the proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. From groundbreaking original to best-selling audiobooks and the best and latest in podcasts, you'll find your next success is Audible, the home of storytelling. Try Audible free. Sign up at audible.com. You're going to make intelligent decisions? You'll have a successful society. You make stupid decisions, then you're going to have crazy people crashing on the sidewalk. So you got to decide what kind of place you want to live in. These are things beyond our control. We have to have the guts to take these people and lock them up. John and Ken. It's not complicated. There's nothing else to say about this. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Supporting live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Bill Handel here on a very cold Monday morning, February 20th. Let's continue with Handel on the news. Jennifer Wayne, Carter again, or you want to just wait till 7 to get into former President Jimmy Carter going into home hospice and all the accolades coming in around the world. Let's wait until 7 o'clock.
A story that shocked everybody over the weekend. The LA County Sheriff's Department says a well-known bishop in LA at the LA Archdiocese has been murdered. Investigators say they're trying to figure out the motive behind the shooting death of David O'Connell Saturday. The cops got this call to a home in Coffee in the Heights. That's where they found O'Connell bleeding and unresponsive. They have not said for sure if a weapon was found or if they even have a description of the shooter. But O'Connell has been with the Archdiocese for 55 years. But apparently was really well liked, specifically in the immigrant community. I know Eric Garcetti's former mayor was calling him one of LA's angels. It's just a sad story.
Well, yeah, the cartel where they speak this. I mean, it's just wonder what, how. I mean, what, maybe it was a random killing, targeted. I think they're saying it looks like targeted. I heard that one.
And then, there's a reach, but I guess just on the faith community overall, a couple of weeks ago last week actually, when you had the shooting of those 2 men leaving synagogue, and then you had the shooting of a bishop. I mean, it just kind of breaks your heart to see these attacks on the faith community when they're supposed to just be places of peace. In solace and respite, places that you can go to feel safe, and not anymore.
When's that happened? Last time you felt safe?
No, that's what I just mean is 2 attacks.
No, I
just
just
highlighted.
understood. Yeah.
Awesome.
Your point is well taken. Or it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Or it was his neighbor who got mad at him over a case.
Absolutely.
A guy who has been missing since January after not coming home from a hike has been found. Unfortunately, he is deceased. Robert Gregory went hiking near Mount Islip. They did eventually find his body, and they did a recovery move to get it. Because I think it had fallen down. It was like 300 feet before the summit. And they've recovered him. There's still another person, Julian Fayette, who is an actor of some renown, who also is missing in the San Gabriel Mountains. He's been gone, I think, coming up on 5 weeks now. Both of them still doing searches for him. Both of them hiking by themselves. Yeah. Now, Gregory was an experienced hiker. Yeah, both of them were. Yeah, there were weather issues, I'm sure. Of course. You never know what can happen. And now, I don't know if you remember last month, that 75-year-old from North Hollywood was found, had gone missing and was found alive in the same area where Julian Sands is believed to be. That was a story that Jen was just talking about.
Yeah, so they think that the guy accused of wounding those 2 men who were leaving the synagogues in the Pico Robertson area last week, he was arrested after he was found on Cal State University Long Beach's campus with a loaded gun. This guy is 28 years old, described as homeless. He's been charged with federal hate crime because it was, as these guys were leaving services, that they were shot. And there was a letter that was sent out to Cal State Long Beach students on Friday where the vice president just announced the arrest and that sort of thing. It was a man just sitting on a campus bench who may have had a firearm, is what that's what their initial report was. And so he's been taken into custody, and they're going to go over everything. They've got his car, his cell phone locations, all of that.
Thank you so much. You all are so sweet. I just wanted you to know that yes, I do stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for more than 666 days with a purpose of world peace. I don't want people to have war anymore. I don't think that it's right for a lot of things in this world to happen. So this isn't just a campaign for world peace, but it's a campaign for people. I don't think people are being treated equally, specifically on social media. I think de facto, here's an example. I can show my nipples on my YouTube stream, but a woman cannot. I think that's unfortunate, and I think that is discrimination. And in my opinion, we should not discriminate based on gender, particularly when it comes to technology. It's too fine of a line. So I'm doing it for a lot of reasons. Women, men, people, world peace. So if you have a chance, check it out. I'm on YouTube. You can hashtag ViralRabbi and YouTube and search by live. Check me out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you want. I'm here for you if you ever need me. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
This one pertains to a mother in Norfolk, Virginia has been charged because her 6-year-old brought a gun to school. This does keep happening. Little kids showing up at school with guns. In this case, the woman's name is Legend Lopez. She's been charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor, allowing access to a loaded firearm by a child. But guess what? She's released on the criminal summons. So, in terms of the structure of the law, it's not that serious of a
It's a beautiful number, and I want people to be aware. You shouldn't fear it. It is a number of it's a triangular number. So essentially, just like the number 1, 3, 1 is considered a triangular number with 3, and then 6. Basically, you can build these on each other to make the form of a pyramid or a triangle, and same with 10. So you have 4 at the bottom, then on 3 on top, then 2, then 1. You can do this all the way up to 666. And when you see it at 666, it makes a perfect triangle. And it just shows the perfect beauty of numerology and how numbers work and sacred geometry. It's really nothing that anyone should fear. So I have a jersey, it's 666. No one should fear it. It's an ancient number of sacred sacred numerology, and I want people to no longer see it as something that is a scary number, but it really is a beautiful number. If you look at it physically, when it's all in one triangle and everything is an equilateral triangle, it's truthful. You see some real beauty within numbers that you may not have previously seen.
They don't specify exactly how much you keep a gun. Here's the thing. I can assure you it is possible to have a gun that is readily accessible for self-defense that also cannot be fired by a
real beauty of numerology. So when you see all 666 individuals aligned in a perfect triangle, it's really beautiful. In the same way that you see this when you see with the number 3, and you have 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top, and then the number 6 with 3 on the bottom, and then 2 on top of that, and 1 on top of that, and then number 10 with the number 4, and then 3 on top of that, 2 on top of that, 1 on top of that. You can do this all the way to 666, and it's truthfully very beautiful. You can continue doing this infinitely, obviously with numbers, but this is just one of the numbers that has been seen throughout history as a number, a special number, sacred numerology, but also because it's 666, all 3 numbers are the same. But aside from that, it's no different than the numbers 3, the number 6, the number 10, and so on.
Missouri state legislature, there is an introduction of a ban that 14-year-olds should not be able to walk around with AR-15s. Okay? It would have a lot they wanted. It could be illegal for minors to openly carry firearms. It could not get passed because could not get passed because why? You can't assume that a minor is.
Perhaps you do. I'm not an expert in it either.
You don't know know that it is inherently dangerous. Here's that's my point. Where it is easy to pass this law, and it's just probably not going to happen. All right, let's move on. I have to get off my soapbox. I really do. Matter of fact, I'm on 3 soapboxes. Oh, here's another gun issue before we take a break. Let's take a break. And we'll be back and we'll pick up yet another gun issue that we're talking about. So Ray for a handle on the news, the first check-in jet, which
Absolutely, you got that right. 5 on YouTube alone, 7 on Instagram. What's your okay, one more time. At Bluebird X on Facebook, everyone follow at Bluebird X on Facebook. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you'll be one of the most followed people ever on Facebook at Bluebird X.
Investigators say they're trying to figure out the motive behind the shooting death of David O'Connell Saturday. Deputies were sent to a home in Hacienda Heights that afternoon and found O'Connell bleeding.
Follow John Prizo. Make sure to follow Full Stack Logan. Anybody else?
O'Connell has been with the Archdiocese for 45 years and was well liked in the immigrant community. Former LA Mayor Eric Garcetti said the city has lost one of its most beautiful angels.
MyPillow.com, David525 for 30%. That's an incredible amount.
O'Connell was a peacemaker and had a passion serving those in need while
Very
improving
nice.
the community. Prosecutors in Philadelphia say they plan to charge an 18-year-old with the murder of a Temple University police officer. ABC's Bill Lippoff says the search for the accused shooter lasted 12 hours.
Officer Christopher Fitzgerald on patrol Saturday night in North Philadelphia when he encountered 18-year-old Miles Pfeffer during an investigation near the border of Temple's campus. The district attorney's office says Pfeffer shot Fitzgerald several times, including in the head. And then while the officer was on the ground, went through his pocket and tried to take his gun.
The DA said Pfeffer was also involved in an attempted carjacking. Heavy rain in Brazil has caused flooding and landslides that have killed 36 people in Sao Paulo, and officials say the number of people killed could go up. Parts of the state got more than 20
I get destroyed by it. So essentially, the algorithm runs on views per minute. And because I have so many different streams going, I may get views, but it's only on one stream. I mean, it's hard to get views anyway, especially on YouTube. So if I get 12 people on one stream, let's just say, I might have another stream that only has 1 or 2 or perhaps 0. So over the course of such a long period of time, much of my content is moved toward the bottom of the algorithm just because I'm not like normal streamers who might go on for 1 hour on a given night and they can call their friends, anticipate, and have a huge rush. And when the YouTube algorithm reads for how long they streamed, it may be an hour and they had maybe 1,000 people in that. I may get 1,000 people, but that might be over the course of a day or perhaps 2 days or 5 days. It depends.
And in hockey, the Ducks are at the Florida Panthers this morning at 10. I'm Wayne Resnick. I don't get a good night.
The most amount of viewers I've ever had on like combined was over 1,000, and it ended up being about 16,000 on TikTok. Now this was some time ago, and TikTok has made some changes to their algorithm. But I streamed I streamed basically. How would I describe it? I had 4 different YouTube streams going at the same time on tablets that were spinning in 360 degrees around on basically like a jewelry turner, like a lazy Susan basically, but an automated one. And so you could actually watch my streams on YouTube turning in 360 degrees while watching them on TikTok at the same time. That got a lot of people. And then I don't know exactly what happened. I had been streaming for like 19 hours straight or very, very long time. And it said my stream had ended. And at least on TikTok, I had never had that kind of success. Again, I don't know what it was, but I had like thousands of people at one point, and then the algorithm changed, and I didn't get the same kind of success. I do know a lot of people who experience similar things. They will have this huge rush of people, and then nothing, and it just has something to do with the algorithm. I know at least on TikTok, Elon Musk has made some announcements or communications about the Twitter um, algorithm and basically how inefficiently it is run. I mean, one of the things on Twitter that was just recently changed is you would not show in people's feeds based on how many people had blocked you. Well, it used to be based on total blocks. So if you have a huge account of like millions of people, but 10 people have blocked you, you would be thrown out of the algorithm in this with the same type of weight as someone who had 10 blocks but only had 15 fans, or so to speak. I can't believe that these major technology companies are not spending more on their algorithm to make sure that it's fine-tuned so that they can see that they have a lot of great content out there that is getting missed, and people getting blocked for really any reason. If you know anyone on social media, perhaps I bet people in this room, every single person in this room, I bet, has been blocked on some kind of social media for one reason or another in the past 20 years, whether they got locked out of their account, whether they forgot their password, whether it was a two-step authentication issue. Maybe they said something that they shouldn't have said. I mean, people would used to get kicked off of TikTok, get kicked out off of Twitter, and then they're let back onto Twitter, and the only thing that changed was who owned the company. It doesn't make any sense. So in my opinion, at least, this is one way of having so many streams going at once is if I do get banned or one of the platforms feels that I'm breaking their rules, they can't take me down. I don't rely on any one single platform, and that's the genius of this, is then I become my own boss. YouTube no longer owns my streams. If they want to take down my streams, that's fine. Everything's on Instagram. If Instagram wants to take it down, that's fine. I have it saved on Twitch. If Twitch wants to take it down, I have it on Omelet. If Omelet wants to take it down, believe it or not, I built a little machine so that it would upload to Snapchat. So I have significant parts of my life on basically every single major social media, so that any one of them takes me down, and trust me, a lot of them have. I have backups. If you're ever going to do this on your own, one of the first things that I would tell you is have backup accounts. It's very important. Great question. I can't stand Snapchat. I feel as if, Snapchat has no, I feel like true interaction with its audience. It's built. It's a CIA front for that was built to get everybody's facial data, and now they have no use for it anymore. So they have everybody's location data and where they take pictures, and it maps everybody's face. And it's a company that's here in Venice, California, that owns Snap Inc. owns most of Venice, California. I don't know if it's most, but a huge percentage of the real estate, and they only want to continue increasing that footprint. Essentially, no one knows a whole lot about it. And if you really use the app, it's a terrible, terrible app. It's a bunch of like 12-year-olds who are sending each other their genitalia pictures. And that's one thing. That's, if you want to do that, that's fine. But exactly. Sure. I would agree with you. If you were to ask me who has the most, it would be Snapchat, because their target audience is like 10 to 15-year-olds who have a lot of immaturity, and it's the first time they have that camera. And most of all, it's called Snapchat. It's supposed to go away. For God's sakes, their icon is a ghost. And even though the fine is almost $15,000, if you're caught trying to no, as in like a contactee or an abductee. No, I did have one experience, and I reported it to MUFON. I saw an orange ball that flew over my car about within the last about 10 years ago, and it seemed like the size of a basketball. It could have been larger, but it was like a glowing ball. And I've seen these on the internet. They're a common thing that people have seen. I've never been in a craft. And I've never met anyone in person who's been an alien abductee, but it's fascinating too. The exact date, I remember putting it in the report. I didn't remember the exact date. I looked it up though as to when I was working. It was approximately in like I want to say it was like the fall of 2013, but I have to go back and look at my MUFON report. I did save it.
Yeah, I don't have that breakdown. Okay.
Yeah, like exactly. Interesting. You know, I am not at the current time though, but perhaps let's follow each other. We can keep track of it. I know I did look it up and I tried to see exactly when it was. I know at least in the part of the day it happened. It was about 8 o'clock in the evening, and the sun was just like setting, and it flew over my car, and I remember it had like an intelligent. It had an intelligence of it. It's not like it talked to me or anything like that. Just flew over my car and into the subdivision where I lived. And I thought, oh my word, that was something that was definitely not of this world, or it's something deep state. That's not something that you see in the little rural town where I was at the time. And I didn't immediately report it to MUFON. It did take me some time, but when I did report it, I put the description of it. The way that I described it was basically it was a glowing ball, but almost like it was like not translucent in the middle because it was like glowing, but like almost like something could have been swirling in there. It was like a plasma ball, is how I want to describe it. Exactly.
He's also a frequent guest on Coast to Coast. Yeah, he's a funny guy. I mean, he is one of the funniest people. And then he became a serious actor. And when he retired,
yeah, this flew over my car like a ball. Yeah, ball lightning. It was like it was. The sun was out. It was like unlike anything I'd seen before.
This is a sad one. Actor Tom Sizemore
Great question.
is in critical condition. He had a brain aneurysm on Saturday here in LA. Somebody found him collapsing unconscious.
Lightning's instantaneous.
Manager
Yeah, lightning's instantaneous, or even ball lightning maybe it would be like at least a second or two. This like flew, made like a left-hand turn, flew into the neighborhood. Like it was almost like if you could control a drone like ball, or you can control a ball like a drone, where it didn't. That's exactly what it was like. And I was interested in paranormal long before this. I listen to Coast to Coast AM every single night. Love it. Have called in before actually. It's really interesting. I love just the paranormal and esoterica, and actually always wanted to have a UFO abduction or some kind of sighting, and never did. But I had this, but it was not like a disc. It was not your standard disc that you would see in the sky, but it was what was very common then. And there was a huge flap around that time of ball, like I really want to say, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, but plasma balls. And I've seen these plasma balls before as well, actually in the UK. And if you've ever seen some of the video that I've seen, and at least it was not recent, so I'm willing to trust it more. These plasma balls would have some kind of connection to crop circles. These plasma balls would go over a crop, and then all of a sudden there'd be these amazing patterns that were in the crop themselves. And if you know anything about crop circles, a lot of them aren't what you normally think of, just some kids out in the cropland who are just with the board knocking down crops. Absolutely not. This the fields and the actual crops themselves have if you look at, for instance, like stalks of corn, they are expanded from inside the stalks of corn, almost like something definitely not of this world. And I don't know exactly what it was with this ball that I saw, but I could sense some intelligence. Did you sense anything intelligent from yours?
yeah, by the engine. And people think that the engine made in Yugoslavia, that's how weird is that? It could have been the worst car ever manufactured.
It was.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It was not during New Year's. It was in the warmer time of the year. So I want to say it was closer to the fall or summer. It was not winter, which is where it would have been if it were New Year's where I was.
All right, so let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll finish our handle on the news on this Monday morning. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Well, the church where Jimmy Carter is attended and taught is asking for prayers for the former president. It was announced over the weekend the 98-year-old would spend his remaining time at home with his family under hospice care. And we'll get into this coming up at 7. A recently introduced bill in Kentucky would limit where drag shows are allowed to take place. The ban would have the shows only happen within, outside 1,000 feet of any park, schools, or other place that caters to minors. Longtime staple of the Santa Monica Pier is officially retired. The original Sea Dragon will be replaced by a new modern version on March 9th. We'll get a look at your drive with DJFI in the sky in just a moment.
Now, you planning to take money out of your house because property values have just climbed like crazy. Your equity is on building and building. Well, let's stop. Prices have leveled off, even dropping. So maybe now's the time. Maybe you want to pull the trigger now. If you're looking for $75,000.
Oh, yeah, I should tell them that. Oh my God.
Off the equity you build, from the equity you build, let me suggest HMS Capital, where I went twice. And I'm a big fan. I just like the way they do business.
Just like
They're
that
doing
one.
better out there. Whether you're consolidating debt or making home improvements or college tuition, whatever. HMS Capital, probably, I think so, has the best solution to help you. No appraisal, no credit report fees. That's 856-98-833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
SoCal weather from KFI, mostly sunny today with highs from the mid to upper 60s tomorrow. This report brought to you by the Catalina Island Company. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Check out a fire in downtown LA.
You betcha, probably real close to the Western area, but it's a little bit southwest of MacArthur Park. Just have a look at it. Looks like a possible residential fire. Some white smoke coming through. I think City Fire got the best of it, but a lot of activity. It's near the intersection of Westlake Avenue, just a little bit south of 7. Again, that's southwest of MacArthur Park. And I want to correct up the last report I was talking about the northbound Cahuenga. I didn't call it Cahuenga West. Northbound Cahuenga East. That's fortunately just a bomb. That's where it was blocked and people were kind of backing up. So here's the Hollywood Freeway. Again, from Hollywood headed to Warner Brothers or St. Joe's. Here's the Hollywood Freeway north. I don't want to get off the mic picture. Go around that way. Go from the Jack on. AFI in the sky.
It's the mainland, Texas area, and sail to Catalina Island where adventure awaits you. Whether it's an exhilarating flight on the zip line tour, the chance to spot a bison on the bison expedition, or cocktails at the Wisconsin Beach Club, there's something for everyone. Plan today at visitCatalinaIsland.com.
This report is sponsored by Norm Reed's Under Superstore, with 9 convenient locations and 6 great brands. The Norm Reed's President's Day event is on at Norm Reed's Superstore. Shop their super presidential selection, all at super presidential prices. Test drive today or shop online at normreeds.com. At Eula, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. The company's pushing to go further. Eula will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, changing economic trends. Uline works hard, keeping 38,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com. Many games all at once. Great. Big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play. For Donna. And now the top 5 reasons for Number 5.
It's you. For the other time, Aaron Gillen Empire Magazine readers voted out.
Number 4.
It's the party and the picture. Play table games with the cards, and you can win dollars on Friday, 2 to 10 p.m.
3.
UFC 285. That's time to grab a snack and a beverage and join the podcast. Sci-fi sports bar.
And the number 2.
Then here's giveaway.
When you unplug your drain for just $80 with a 30-foot drain thing. And we're on call 24/7, 365 days a year. And our drain cleaning service is just $80. So nice and safe parts. We have standard conditioning and plumbing. GOUTCL.com. We do things the right way, not the easy way. Tired of living with chronic joint pain, like knee pain or shoulder pain, pain in your hips or back?
Hey, Gary and Shannon, and you don't have to go through another year in pain. Next generation pain management has arrived. Here it is, QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Now, regenerative medicine is the all-natural process that uses highly concentrated healing properties from your own body, putting them directly into your achy joints and restoring and repairing that damaged tissue.
We're talking lasting pain relief, no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Athletes have been doing this for years. Now you can too.
QC Kinetics has over 100 clinics in America, and now they're here with regenerative solutions that get you moving again, pain-free.
For a free consultation.
Locations: Glendale, Mission Viejo, and Orange. Call 213-997-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 213-997-PAIN. That's 213-997-PAIN. On the podcast Really Know Really, join best friends Jason Alexander and Peter Tilton, along with experts, newsmakers, and celebrities, in a search for answers to life's most baffling, intriguing, and annoying questions. You know, those things that make you go, really? No, really? I think there was a 17-year-old in Rhode Island who ran a candidate that was a deepfake. Really? Wait, that's news to me. That's Really Know Really right there. Really Know Really. Listen to Really Know Really on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Good news for chicken wing stands. Prices are down 22% wow. More supply. But didn't we just hear that 70 million chickens were euthanized because of the bird flu? They still sold the wings off. Because the wings don't have the flu. The Tim Connolly Jr. Show. Everybody right now will be thinking about that. Live 4 to 7 p.m. on KMI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. KMI, AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Bill Handel here. Very cool Monday morning, February 20th. We finish Handel on the news. Jennifer Wayne Mead.
And more missiles from North Korea. North Korea launched 2 ballistic missiles toward its eastern waters that followed the launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile on Saturday. And U.S. and South Korean fighter jets scrambled, of course, in response to North Korea's provocations. I always feel like it's just Kim Jong-un saying, don't forget me. Come over here.
Maybe just put up some speakers and play that Simple Minds song instead of launching missiles, making everybody scared and crazy. Well, I don't know if you remember back in January when it was raining cats and dogs and tigers and lions and bears and everything. A huge sinkhole opened up in Chatsworth on Iverson Road. 4 people fell into that sinkhole in their cars. And they're now saying that to repair it, it could take $4 million. Still there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sure. There's an old pipe underneath that failed, which is, I guess, what caused the thing. And you're talking repairing all of that and then rebuilding the street above it and paving it and closing that hole.
KFI Control. Blake can be live on this story from Chatsworth, coming up at 7 o'clock.
Is he going to be live from down inside the hole?
Okay, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's just, well, think about it. It's just a big pile of these holes. It really is. Okay.
Yeah. Let's think about how long it takes a big pothole to be fixed in LA.
This pothole is to potholes as Godzilla is to a regular lizard. Yes, pretty much.
All right, what do you think about this? Low-income jurors making $100 a day under this new bill in California. There's a pilot program that in San Francisco where some jurors get paid $100 a day, and the lawmaker who sponsored that program now wants to see it happen statewide. He said no person should be dissuaded from serving on a jury because of a financial hardship. So right now, Californians are paid less for their first day of jury service. Then you get, what, $15 a day?
Yeah, I went and looked this up. It's been $15 a day ever since I can remember it. $15 a day was established in 1967, and it hasn't changed. So today, the equivalent of $15 is $160 a day. same amount you would get based on 15. And my final one is insurance, minimum insurance, because there was a story I did over the weekend where someone had a horrible accident and all it took $1,000. That's right, because the minimum liability is $15,000, $1,530 here in California. That's your liability required by law. And that was established in 1967. Today, that would be $134,000. In other words, the minimum today, you'd have to have $134,000 to equal what it was when it was established in 1967. And 1,530, 134 to $268,000. To match the 1,530. I think we're a little behind the times on that one. Yeah. Lawmakers in California working to change the state constitution to no longer allow involuntary servitude. You may say, how in the hell can it be allowing involuntary servitude? Well, this is specifically as to prisoners. Because even the United States Constitution made an exception. It says you can't have slavery, you can't have involuntary servitude, unless it's somebody who's been duly convicted of a crime. Then you can. And a lot of states have the same provision. That way you can force prisoners to work if they can't do anything about it. So states have been on a tear lately all across the country, removing those provisions from their state constitutions. California, they would have done it a long time ago. Not working on it now. Yeah, a couple of things I want to point out about this. And that is the vast majority of prisoners want to work. It's considered a privilege to work as opposed to sitting in your cell 23 hours a day if you can go out and get work. However, it's still being forced to work. And what comes to mind is Bill Arpaio in Arizona, and it was literally breaking up laws. Just like you see in the movie. I got and you have to wear pink jumpsuits too. Remember that? Oh yeah. You make them wear pink underwear. You need the underwear. Yeah. All right. The average monthly payment for a new car has soared to a record $777 a month, nearly doubling from what it was in 2019. A couple of years ago. This is almost a sixth of the median after-tax income for U.S. households. Yeah, and it's all the car payments. Even the used model cut climbs to $544 a month. My new used car is $529 a month. And I felt like I got a deal this month. This is where it's not collusion. It's just they all decided, hey, we make a lot more money by reducing inventory and charging prices for it. And if they're not colluding with each other, it's just something they sort of all do coincidentally, perfectly legal. If you think about it too, it started with the chips. Remember we did with the chips, so we couldn't make the car. But now we've got the chips. So now what's the excuse? Maybe because they found out it's a better video. Right, of course. That not have that many cars available because those cars you can sell. Yep. For so much more money, plus interest rates have gone up. Today. But that, I gotta tell you, that's $777 a month in average car payment. That's putting a new car out of the reach of a lot of people. Yes. It's putting a used car out of the reach of a lot of people. What is the used car? $500, like $44 the average car. Let's do one more really quickly. All right, people love their smartphones so much that over almost half of Americans say they have done a full day's work using only their smartphone. This is according to a poll conducted on behalf of Ticket Wireless for the Tax Time Initiative. They're trying to kind of get people to use to do their taxes online, kind of what's underneath there. But that's one of the things that came out. And also, a lot of people say they could not go more than a day without their smartphone. I don't have a computer. I do everything on my smartphone. It's just, I'm one of those people. All right, time for a break. Jimmy Carter enters hospice and his legacy, and it's a big one. KFI everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
That's your name. This information.
Want it?
KSI, Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the
It's
Surprise visit.
seems kind of
I'm
dramatic.
Jennifer Jones Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Evil actors, UFO.
Air raid sirens have been heard in Ukraine as President Biden made an unannounced visit to Kyiv ahead of the anniversary of Russia's invasion. Biden met with Ukraine's president and said during a speech that 1 year later, Kyiv stands, Ukraine stands, and democracy stands.
The Americans stand with you, and the world stands with you.
Biden repeated the U.S. will, as long as it takes, he announced another $500 million in U.S. aid to Ukraine. He also claimed Russian President Putin's war of conquest, as he put it, is failing. The LA County Sheriff's Department says the well-known bishop in the LA Archdiocese has been murdered.
Soon after the body of David O'Connell was found, investigators determined that the death was suspicious. On Saturday afternoon, deputies were sent to a home in Hacienda Heights where they found O'Connell bleeding and under responsive. He'd been shot and was in the chest. No word if the gun was found on scene or if there was a description of a shooter. O'Connell was in LA for 45 years and is best known for his role in mending relationships between the police and the black community following the Rockets riots in 1992. Church said he was also well liked in the immigrant community. Gregory Tate
A sinkhole in Chatsworth that developed during a powerful rainstorm may cost up to $4 million to repair. KFI's Blake Crowley reports live from Chatsworth, where he says money has already been fast-tracked to fix the hole.
The LA City Council has allocated $500,000 in emergency dollars to speed up the repairs. Officials say a decades-old pipe 60 feet beneath the ground clogged up with rocks and mud and split during a powerful storm last month. That bursting pipe caused the sinkhole. 2 cars went down in the hole. Responders had to make an emergency rescue to save 4 people in those cars. Officials are currently working to determine exactly what type of pipe to replace the broken pipe with. In the meantime, drivers who are using the now collapsed road are taking an alternate route. Reporting live in Chatsworth, Blake Crowley, KFI News.
A fallen tree has killed a woman in Anaheim. She was